The presentation boards for Green Tomorrow, my revolutionary sustainable housing project, stood proudly in my home office. 5 years of research, countless sleepless nights, and my entire savings had gone into developing this eco-friendly housing concept that could transform urban living. Tomorrow I would finally present it to Valley Development Corporation, the biggest real estate developer in the city. My phone buzzed. My brother Michael probably calling to wish me luck. Despite our competitive relationship, he was still family. I picked up, putting him on speaker as I made final adjustments to my presentation. "Hey Emma." His voice carried that familiar smugness I'd grown up hearing. "Guess who just left Valley Development's offices?" My hand froze over the presentation boards. "Michael." You should have seen their faces when I showed them the Green Tomorrow project. They loved it. Starting development next month. The world tilted sideways. "What? That's my project. How did you?" "Oh, come on, sis." He laughed. "You left your laptop open during family dinner last week. It's not my fault you can't secure your files properly. Besides," his voice took on that condescending tone he'd perfected over years of being our parents' golden child, "they'd never take a project like this from a small-time architect like you. It needs someone with real connections." My throat tightened. "Michael, I've worked on this for 5 years. You can't just..." "Already did. Contracts being drawn up as we speak. Thanks for the project idea, sis. Maybe next time keep your work to yourself." The call ended, leaving me standing among the presentation boards that now meant nothing. My brother, the successful real estate developer, had just stolen 5 years of my life's work. I sank into my chair, staring at my phone. Then something caught my eye. An email notification from Davidson Properties, the investment firm I'd been quietly building over the past decade. While Michael had been flaunting his success at family gatherings, I'd been carefully investing every penny I earned from my small-time architectural projects. The email was about a prime piece of real estate that had just become available, the gleaming office building that housed Michael's company, Sterling Development Group. My hands stopped shaking as I opened my laptop, pulling up my investment portfolio. Michael had always underestimated me, seeing only the struggling architect working from a home office. He had no idea about Davidson Properties, the company I'd built under my mother's maiden name, now controlling some of the most valuable real estate in the city. I dialed my lawyer's number. "James, remember that building we discussed last week? The one housing Sterling Development? I want to buy it, whatever it costs." "The owners might not want to sell," he cautioned. "Everyone has a price," I replied, thinking of my stolen project. "And I'm willing to pay it." The next week was a blur of negotiations, contracts, and careful planning. While Michael was busy presenting my project as his own, I was orchestrating the biggest real estate deal of my career. The building's owners, sensing my determination, drove a hard bargain. But by Friday the papers were signed. I now owned every square foot of the building that housed my brother's company. My phone buzzed constantly with messages from family. "Mom, honey, are you coming to Sunday dinner? Michael wants to share his exciting news." "Dad, princess, don't be jealous of your brother's success. You'll get your chance." "Michael, sis, no hard feelings about Green Tomorrow, right? Business is business." I ignored them all, focused on the next phase of my plan. The building needed urgent structural repairs, according to the engineering report I'd commissioned. Repairs that would require immediate evacuation of all tenants. My assistant, yes, the small-time architect had an assistant, prepared the eviction notices while I reviewed the fine print of all tenant leases. Michael's company occupied 3 floors, their expensive offices a testament to his success. Success built on taking credit for other people's work. I picked up a particular eviction notice, running my fingers over the letterhead. Davidson Properties, Emma Davidson, CO. Michael wouldn't recognize the name. He'd never bothered to learn much about our mother's side of the family. Standing at my window, I watched the sun set over the city skyline. Tomorrow, while Michael was probably bragging about his brilliant Green Tomorrow project at some business lunch, his entire company would find themselves locked out of their offices. Sometimes karma needs a little help. And sometimes the best revenge isn't just taking back what's yours. It's taking everything they thought they couldn't lose. My phone buzzed again. An email from Valley Development Corporation, responding to my cancelled presentation request. We regret to inform you that we've accepted a similar proposal from Sterling Development Group. I smiled, composing a reply. No worries. I believe Sterling Development will be experiencing some structural changes in the near future. Tomorrow would bring a very different kind of development project. One where the foundation wasn't concrete and steel but justice. Let Michael gloat about stealing my project. He was about to learn that some victories come with hidden costs. And some small-time architects have bigger plans than he could imagine. Monday morning arrived with perfect timing. I sat in my car across the street from Sterling Development Group's building, my building now, watching the chaos unfold. Security guards posted eviction notices on every entrance while confused employees gathered outside, many still clutching their morning coffee cups. At exactly 8:30 a.m., Michael's black Mercedes screeched into his reserved parking spot. I watched through my tinted windows as he pushed through the crowd, his expensive suit already showing signs of distress. What do you mean we can't enter? His voice carried across the street. Do you know who I am? The security guard, professionally trained by my team, remained impassive. Sir, the building has been deemed structurally unsound. All tenants have been served eviction notices as per the new owner's instructions. New owner. Michael's face reddened. What new owner? I had lunch with Harrison Properties last week. The building was purchased by Davidson Properties on Friday, the guard explained, handing Michael a thick envelope. All the documentation is in order. I stepped out of my car, straightening my designer suit, bought with my investment profits, not stolen ideas. The clicking of my heels on the pavement drew attention as I approached the growing crowd. Emma. Michael's eyes widened. What are you doing here? We're having a crisis. Am I? I took the envelope from his trembling hands. Actually, I'm right where I need to be. Overseeing my property. The color drained from his face. You're what? Davidson Properties, I smiled, gesturing to the letterhead. Mom's maiden name, remember? Though you never did pay much attention to that side of the family. Michael's expensive watch caught the morning sun as he grabbed for the papers. This is impossible. You're just a small-time architect. Actually, I pulled out another document. I'm a very successful real estate investor. Have been for years. All those little projects you mocked? They funded something much bigger. His eyes scanned the papers, understanding finally dawning. You bought our building? Because of Green Tomorrow? Karma's interesting, isn't it? I watched as more employees gathered around, including his executive team. You steal my project, I buy your company's home. Seems fair. You can't do this, he sputtered. We have contracts, leases. All of which include clauses about structural emergencies. I pointed to the relevant sections. The engineering report, from a very reputable firm, suggests immediate evacuation is necessary. Could take months to fix. Years even. One of his executives stepped forward. Michael, what's she talking about? What stolen project? I pulled out my original Green Tomorrow presentations. Oh, you mean the revolutionary sustainable housing project your boss presented last week? The one he copied from my laptop during family dinner. The crowd's murmuring grew louder. Michael's face shifted from red to purple. That's a lie, he shouted. I developed Green Tomorrow myself. Really? I opened my laptop, displaying years of development files, dated drawings and research. Care to explain why all these files predate your presentation by 5 years? His executive team exchanged glances. In the corporate world, reputation was everything. And Michael's was crumbling faster than his company's supposed office building. Where are we supposed to go? Someone from the crowd asked. I hear there's space available in the industrial district, I suggested innocently. Though it might be hard to impress clients there. Especially with a stolen project. Michael lunged forward, but security stepped between us. You're destroying everything I've built. No, Michael. I'm exposing what you've stolen. There's a difference. I turned to his executive team. By the way, Valley Development might be interested to learn about the true origins of the project they just contracted. My phone buzzed. A message from my lawyer. Valley Development requesting urgent meeting. Word about the stolen project is spreading. I showed Michael the message, watching his carefully constructed world continue to crumble. Looks like Green Tomorrow might need a new developer. One who actually created it. Mom and Dad will never forgive you for this, he threatened. For what? Being successful? Or for stopping you from stealing someone else's work? I addressed the crowd. The building needs to be cleared by noon. Security will escort you to collect your personal belongings. As his employees began filing back inside, Michael grabbed my arm. Name your price. Everyone has one. I pulled away, straightening my sleeve. You're right. And you just paid yours. The following weeks unfolded like a masterclass in corporate karma. Valley Development, upon learning about the stolen project, not only canceled their contract with Sterling Development Group but also reached out to me directly. Turned out they preferred working with the actual creator of Green Tomorrow rather than someone who'd merely copied it. My phone rang, Michael's third call today. This time I answered. The board is calling an emergency meeting, he said without preamble. Our biggest clients are pulling out. Emma, you have to stop this. Stop what? I examined my perfectly manicured nails, paid for with legitimate business profits. The truth coming out. Your clients learning about your business practices? Or the fact that your small-time architect sister outmaneuvered you? You've made your point. His voice cracked. What do you want? I leaned back in my chair in my new office in the building I now owned. I want 5 years of my life back. I want every moment I spent developing Green Tomorrow while you mocked my little career. But since I can't have that, I'll settle for watching you face the consequences of your actions. Just then my assistant buzzed in. Ms. Davidson? The Sterling Development Board members are here for the meeting. Send them in. I smiled into the phone. Goodbye, Michael. Enjoy your board meeting. I hear the industrial district has lovely conference rooms. The board members filed in, all 7 of them looking considerably less confident than they had when approving Michael's stolen project. They'd requested this meeting after learning about Davidson Properties' connection to their eviction. Gentlemen, I gestured to the seats around my conference table. Welcome to my building. Miss Davidson, the board chairman began, we've reviewed the situation with Green Tomorrow and Sterling Developments, current circumstances. You mean the stolen project and your lack of office space? I provided helpfully. Yes, he shifted uncomfortably. We've also learned about your impressive investment portfolio and development experience. The board would like to discuss a possible restructuring. I raised an eyebrow. Restructuring. We're prepared to remove Michael as CEO, another board member interjected. His actions have compromised the company's integrity. We'd like to discuss new leadership. Let me guess. I opened my laptop displaying Sterling Development's falling stock price. You want someone who actually understands sustainable development? Someone with proven investment success. Someone who isn't known for stealing others' work. They nodded eagerly. The irony was delicious. The same board that had approved Michael's stolen project now wanted the sister he'd dismissed to save their company. Here's my counteroffer. I slid a document across the table. Davidson Properties acquires Sterling Development Group. Complete merger. Your shareholders get a fair price, your employees keep their jobs. Under new management and in a new location, of course. And Michael, the chairman asked, gets exactly what he deserves. A chance to build something legitimate from the ground up. Starting as a junior architect in the new company. My phone buzzed again, a message from Valley Development. Green Tomorrow project approved. When can you start? The board members huddled together, whispering urgently. They knew their options were limited. Michael's theft had tainted their reputation, and the eviction had left them scrambling for office space. We accept, the chairman finally said. Later that evening I sat in my father's study, watching him read the merger documents. His face cycled through disbelief, shock, and finally a hint of pride. All these years, he murmured, while we thought you were struggling. I was building, I finished. Legitimately. Without stealing anyone's work. My mother hovered nearby, twisting her hands. But Michael, his career, will benefit from learning how to actually earn success, I stated firmly. Starting with proper credit for others' work. The doorbell rang. Michael, right on time for the family meeting I'd called. He walked in, his usual confidence replaced by something approaching humility. The board told me about the merger, he said quietly. And my new position? Junior architect, I confirmed. Under proper supervision, of course. Can't have any more borrowed ideas. He flinched but nodded. I deserved that. Yes, you did. I stood straightening my suit. Your orientation starts Monday. Don't be late. The industrial district traffic can be terrible. As I left my parents' house that evening, I caught my reflection in the window, no longer the small-time architect, but the CEO of a merged development empire. My phone buzzed with updates about Green Tomorrow's groundbreaking ceremony, now featuring my name as the project's true creator. Sometimes success isn't just about building buildings, it's about building justice. And sometimes the best architecture isn't in the structures we create, but in the lessons we design for those who thought they could steal our dreams. Michael would learn these lessons from his new desk in the industrial district, while I oversaw the empire I'd built honestly, one investment at a time. After all, real success leaves a legacy of integrity, not a trail of theft. And as for that eviction notice that started it all, I had it framed, a reminder that some buildings need to fall before better ones can rise in their place. Justice, like the best architecture, sometimes requires careful demolition before new construction can begin.